Okay, here Craig, we're at Corrina School. Just going to take you through here. Now, this over here is a stormwater main. This stormwater main runs out, takes this building here. It runs off this way as well. It runs to the out and down out to the street, out that way. This manhole over here, that's a sewer manhole. So there's a sewer main running down the back of these houses, and that's stormwater for this building here. As you can see, there's stormwater grates here that haven't been cleared. They need to be all cleaned out. There's a downpipe there just going to the ground. That needs to be repaired. I'll take you across over to here. There's another manhole here, which is for the sewer. We've come across from here. There's also a stormwater here. Look, as you can see, some of these stormwater drains are really blocked up. Actually, there's another manhole up the top here as well, as you can see. This is the sewer. Now I've pulled out a big, you can see here, you see the mark along the ground. The mark's about 3 meters long. It was a massive tree root, which is on another video. I pulled it out of here. It's the line that goes up to these blocks up here. So this must have been blocked for some time. Also, I've marked here, it's a metre deep. There's a massive tree root down here. It's growing into the drain. It's about 1 metre. This is what's been causing the blockages on this side of the building. It was partially blocked down the far end. I gave it a bit of a camera down there. It's all looking good, but to here is where your problem is. Also, down here, I've managed to go up from the manhole because obviously I pulled out 3 meters of roots. We come across over to here. Here's a sewer again. That bypasses off up to here, up to this part of the building, then hits a dead end. The sewer main runs across from that manhole across over to here. We then have cleaning junctions along here in this part of the building. We then have a cleaning eye on here at this manhole. Now this manhole has a 90-degree bend that directly goes underneath the building through to the other side, which we'll be covering next. Now here's all your stormwater grates. I've checked the manhole over there, over by that van. There's a stormwater drain here, where all the drains, downpipes from this part of the building run into. And that runs directly out to the street. As you can see there. So these over here run right into there and then run out to the road. Where there's another manhole out on the footpath, which I checked on the way in. So there's a stormwater drain there. And then you have your stormwater drains down the far back of where we just came out of. Here's the stormwater. Now we've tried getting the camera down. As you can see, there's a lot of leaves in here, making it very difficult. I got down here, as you can see, the leaves are pretty chocker. They need cleaning out. Okay. I've got down to as far as I could from the very back. The drains look really good, the stormwater. They seem to be concrete pipes. As you can see, that's my mark. That's as far as I could go. I started hitting leaves and everything else. So these sumps need to be cleaned and maybe a flush out of the stormwater before winter. So this is the stormwater drain up here. These are your grates and your downpipes. They all tee into that manhole there. They branch off all the way down to the other end. Now this chamber here is actually an old pipe that's full of water pipes and stuff down there. They've all been disconnected. It's nothing to do with the drains. Also over here is where all the cleaning access points are, all the way down to where I've joined into that manhole. So we've come all the way up here. Now up here I noticed there was some roots not far. It looks like there's a junction going off to that gully. I would suspect that all these gullies, because they've been mortared in over time, have got leaves and stuff in them. I'd probably recommend to get all these knocked off and the gullies cleaned out. Also in these areas, as you can see, there's water pipes coming out, but we need more hose taps. If they had more hose taps in this area, they'd be able to clean out the drains, which makes it very difficult for anyone working at the school, like the caretaker and that. If they could be able to lift the manholes and give it a flush out. But there's no, as you can see, there's no hose taps around here. They're very limited. But for every wash bay that there is, or toilet block, I'd recommend putting hose taps, especially when it's by these junctions. Makes it easier for anyone coming in here with a drain truck. You can get it cleaned out. As you can see, we come across here. There's a sewer here. Now what we have found down here at about 600, there is some roots getting into the drain on a junction. I suspect they've had a few issues with that. That would need to be addressed. It's only 600 deep. And over here we have where they've cleaned up before. There's a pipe there. There is a gully underneath the deck because there is a kitchen sink there. 400 deep. There's a whole lot of roots in there. So it's not that deep down. So if we took these problem areas out, also on one of the videos I've shown you where there's a junction. That's where all these buildings meet. They are coming to a T-junction that really needs to be cleaned up in there. There's just a little crack in the pipe, which you'll see on one of the videos. It's not broken or anything, it's not collapsed, but there is a fracture. We've come all the way up here, up to these gullies, up to these connections, all the way to the very end. Now we have a stormwater here. I've had hoses running down this. This is all clear. It seems to be running away okay, but over here there's a junction on the manhole. You'll also see that the manhole has collapsed at some stage, which is quite dangerous because it could, a bit of a trip hazard, as you can see. It would need to be, that needs to be fixed. All the concrete's broken away. The stormwater here branches into it, and there's also a junction that shoots off up that way with a field drain, which I suspect is coming from that tree garden. But it's just totally full of silt and dirt. We can't get any further with the camera. If we come down here, we've got the classroom over here and this block here. Now the downpipes and stormwater come into this manhole down here, then that shoots off through to the other side of the school. And on the other side here, we've cameraed these. They come out here, they shoot through underneath the building. This is the sewer, and picks up the manhole that I showed you on the other side. Now this classroom here, I've got a photo of it. This was partially blocked. Now apparently, talking to one of the teachers, it doesn't quite get used that much. But I would, again, we don't have any hose taps around here, as you can see, this part of the building. There is one down the far end, but it wouldn't take much to drill a hole out through the wall and put some hose taps in here. If we had hose taps, we could flush these. These could be flushed, the lids lifted and the drains flushed out. Alright, thank you.